Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your Weber Q as an indirect cooker or a smoker using the Weber Family Q roasting pack. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get straight into it. I've purchased the Weber Q roasting pack. It cost me about 50 Australian dollars. Was it worth the money? We're going to find out now. Okay, just opening it up. So this is what you get for $50. You get two of these little roasting trays. They're just aluminium heat deflectors. So these will stop the direct heat from coming up and hitting the meat. And you've got these little holes in here to allow a bit of heat to come up as well. Now these things are really flimsy. They're just like a bit of tin foil, as you can see. These probably aren't really worth the money. These are just disposable, so you can just use a bit of aluminium foil at home and it'll probably only cost you a matter of a few cents. On the other hand, we have this stainless steel cooking grate. Now this seems pretty high quality. It's really thick. It's obviously stainless, so it's not going to rust. It's got these little raised edges to keep it up off that heat deflector. So this alone here is probably worth it. But if you wanted to do this in a cheaper way, you could buy one of these for $10 or $20 off the internet somewhere and just get a bit of tin foil and create the same thing. All right, so let's open up the barbecue. We'll put our heat deflector tray on. That just sits there. We put our roasting tray on top with those little raised parts on the bottom there. That gives it a small gap so the meat's sitting just above the heat deflector. Now what you can also do is put this tray in here, fill this up with some water. And what this does, it just keeps the moisture in the meat while it's cooking. Now just leaving it like that, that's set up as an indirect cooker. So you can pretty much use this as an oven. If you want to turn it into a smoker, you can just get a piece of, I've got some apple wood here, wrap it in some tin foil. Once you've got it wrapped up, you can just cut a couple of holes into it. Sorry, it's hard to do this while I'm holding the camera. Yeah, once you've whacked a couple of holes into it, you can just sit that there. Once this heats up, this will actually start smoking. I've seen other people use small wood chips, which you can also do. Just create a little pouch, put some wood chips in and cut some holes into the foil. Now, once you've got it set up like this, next step is to start up the barbecue. So normally they say to just use the plus burner only and then turn the Q burner off. That helps just keep the temperature low enough to do a low and slow cook. This is good for smoking. If you want to use it more as an oven, then you can obviously run your Q burner as well to keep the temperature higher. And now we're just going to whack a temperature gauge into the barbecue to see what temperature we're sitting at when we're smoking. Now we'll just let all this preheat and we'll come back once it's ready. Okay, so that's set up at about 136 degrees now. You can't really see as it's flickering, but adjust your temperatures accordingly. That's just running on the Q burner now. If you've got a really big piece of meat in there, you might need to run the Q burner on a low setting as well, just to try and keep the temperature in the barbecue. But obviously just adjust that depending on how windy of a day it is and how big of a piece of meat you're trying to cook. Now the big question is it worth the money? I think it is solely for the grill grate that it comes with. Although the heat deflector tray is a bit cheap and flimsy, it will do its job. I know you can buy them in disposable packs. I think they come in a pack of 10, so you can just throw them out after each cook. However, this pack I bought here only came with 2. Or even so, just having that good quality roasting rack, I think makes it worth the money. Even if I just keep that for all my cooks and just add the tin foil underneath, I think it's done its job. Stick around for the next video, guys. We'll do a cook up in it and see how it goes. If you want to see more barbecue content, click up here. I've got heaps more tips and recipes for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel and feel free to leave a comment. Thank you and happy grilling.